What if I told you the person you lost was not alone when they left? Stay with me, because what I'm about to tell you is something nobody has ever said to you directly. I want to talk about the grief that doesn't go away. Not the fresh grief, not the grief everyone rallies around in the first few weeks. I'm talking about the grief that's still there 2 years later, 5 years later, 10 years later. The grief you carry quietly because you think by now you should be over it. Because everyone else seems to have moved on, and you're still waking up some mornings and reaching for your phone to call them. And then remembering. If that's you, I need you to stay with me. Because before this is over, I'm going to answer the question you've been too afraid to ask. The world gave you a timeline for grief. A few weeks of condolences, maybe a few months of checking in, and then silence. Because people get uncomfortable with grief that doesn't end, and you learn to stop bringing it up. You learn to say, I'm fine. Because the alternative, telling them you still cry sometimes, that some days the weight of it just lands on you out of nowhere, that felt like too much to ask anyone to hold. So you held it yourself, and I watched you do that every single day. But here's what I need you to understand before we go any further. The grief you're still carrying is not a sign that something is wrong with you. It's a sign of how much you loved them, and I never once thought you should be over it. Not once. Can I tell you something about the person you lost? I was there. I was there in every moment you shared with them. Every ordinary Tuesday. Every moment that felt insignificant at the time, but that you can't stop thinking about now. I was there when they were sick. I was there when they were scared. I was there in the room when they took their last breath. And what I saw in that moment is something I want to tell you. But first I need you to hear this. They were not alone. Not for a single second. I was holding them before you even had the chance to say goodbye. And in a few minutes, I'm going to tell you exactly what they said, and what they want you to know right now. Before I get to that, I need to talk about something else you've been carrying. The fear. Because losing someone does something to you that nobody warns you about. It makes you terrified of losing again. You love people differently now, with a tightness, a hyper-awareness. You notice when someone doesn't text back. You hold on a little tighter because you know now that people can just be gone. That knowledge lives in your body now. It doesn't leave. I want you to know I see that. And that anxiety you carry about the people you love, that's not weakness. That's what happens when love meets the reality of loss. But here's what I promised you. The people you love right now, I'm holding them too. The same way I held the one you lost. You don't have to keep watch anymore. I've got them. Now, the question you've been afraid to ask. Are they okay? Are they at peace? Do they know how much I love them? Do they know I still think about them every day? I want to answer that right now. Yes, they are okay. More than okay. Everything that hurt them here, the sickness, the fear, the pain, none of that exists where they are now. They are whole. They are free. They are loved completely in a way that even the best moments here only gave you a glimpse of. And yes, they know. They know you love them. They know you miss them. They know about every moment you wish they were there for. And they are proud of you for still being here, for still getting up, for still choosing to live even when it's hard. And in just a moment, I'm going to tell you exactly what they want you to do next. Here's what they would say to you if they could. They would tell you to stop apologizing for the things you didn't get to say. They knew. They always knew. They would tell you to stop replaying the last days, looking for what you could have done differently. There was nothing. You loved them well. And they would tell you the thing I really need you to hear. They would tell you to live. Not to move on, not to forget them, not to stop missing them, but to live. To laugh again without feeling guilty. To love again without feeling like a betrayal. To find joy again without thinking it means you've stopped grieving. You are allowed to be happy and still miss them. Both things are true at the same time. I want to say something to the version of you that feels guilty for still being here. The version that sometimes wonders why them and not me. That guilt is one of the heaviest things a person can carry, and I want to take it from you right now. You being here is not a mistake. You being here is not unfair to them. You are here because there is still something for you to do, someone for you to love, something for you to become. Your story is not finished. And the person you lost, they don't want your guilt. They want your life. The love doesn't leave just because they did. It stays. It changes you. It makes you someone who knows how precious this all is. That's the gift they left you, even if it doesn't feel like one yet. I want to close with something simple. I hear you. Every prayer you've prayed for them, every conversation you've had with them, in the quiet of your car or your bedroom when nobody was watching, I hear all of it. The love you have for them is one of the most beautiful things I have ever seen. Grief like yours only comes from love like yours, and love like yours doesn't end. Not here, not anywhere. You are going to be okay. Not today, maybe not even soon, but you are going to be okay. And until that day comes, I am right here. I have always been right here. If this spoke to you today, drop a in the comments and tell me who you're missing. Say their name. And if you know someone who has been carrying grief alone, send this to them right now. They need to know somebody sees them. You are not alone. You never were.